I gotta go to work in like 30 minutes, but I had a crazy thought in my slumber, and I think I solved global conflicts. Not completely. We should go back to using swords instead of like guns and stuff in war. If we're gonna war, here's the thing. Things naturally devolve into violence because violence is a last resort. That's why wars happen, right? And that's why we're not going to settle things through Fortnite or chess. You know what I mean? We could agree, oh, let's play chess instead of war, but guess what? The loser's going to go back on their word because at the end of the day, it's human nature to be willing to resort to violence. So you might agree to your little Fortnite match, but you're not giving up, right? So I know what you're thinking when I say, let's go back to swords. Well, according to human nature, someone's going to use guns anyway, because why would they give up an advantage? Hear me out, gooners. There is some precedent for people kind of following some rules. I know they break rules of war. People break them, but here's a good example. I don't even know if there's like I'm sure there's some kind of like formal agreement. I don't know, but whether there is or it's unspoken. What about nukes? Nukes have been used twice in actual like conflicts. Quite a shame. But since then, they've kind of been kept in Pandora's box, right? People haven't used them again because it was so unimaginably horrible. Horror is beyond human comprehension. So yes, it's human nature to be willing to resort to violence. But it turns out there is a point in that category of violence, that last resort of violence, where people actually aren't willing to go any further and they're willing to get kind of like actually follow some rules with the people that they're fighting with. Again, whether they're written or unspoken, there's a point where even though people are willing to fight for something, even though you have to, in order to get something from them, you got to pry it from their cold, dead hands, or in order to get what they want, they're willing to pry it from your cold, dead hands. It actually turns out there's a stopping point where they're not even going to go further than that. Now, right now, it would seem that, and let's hope it stays this way, it would seem that nukes are below that stopping point. We're here shooting each other and you know, carpet bombing each other, but then there's nukes. What if we raise the bar just a little bit? Just a little. Let's say, so here's carpet bombing each other, and I'd say here's guns, right? Why don't we look at guns the way we look at nukes and just raise that bar? What's here? Swords. Swords, baby. And there's so many positives. First of all, if we could all just agree to this sword thing, net positive. Net positive. It's better for all of us. You still get to feel this sense of like, I'm fighting for what I want. You know, this like, there's this ingrained thing in human nature where like, you're not going to just give up without a fight, right? You're going to feel like a total loser gooner if you just let someone take your land because of chess or Fortnite. And also, if you settle things through Fortnite or chess, people would be challenging you all the time for your land. You'd be in constant war. So again, there needs to be consequence to the battle so that, you know, you don't get constantly attacked. The consequence is getting sworded in the neck. There has to be weight, and there is weight. There's enough weight there with the swords, literally and figuratively. Like it's not a laughing matter to have an epic sword battle, like medieval style, Sparta style. Another positive to it, swords are fucking sick. Sword battle is sick. The gun battle is so, it takes away the sense of like, I can be this warrior who slays my enemies and through skill and practice is untouched. No, it's like, it doesn't matter how good you are. When it comes to guns, You could be the best gun guy in the world. Someone's going to snipe you in the forehead. You're done. You know, a grunt, you know, fires a shot at you and it happens to hit you. You're done. Sword battle, dude. I might sign up right now to be a sword battler if guns were out of the equation. So yeah. Summary, yes, people are always going to resort to violence to get what they want or to keep what they want when it comes to like what they cherish the most, which is like your land. So I think wars happen over serious things like land and stuff like that. And people are willing to resort to violence, but they're actually willing to not do certain things when those things result in unimaginable horrors beyond human comprehension. I say we collectively in planet Earth put guns in the same category as nukes and go back to the medieval ages of sick sword armor fighting. Yeah. And it's not like people are going to stop developing guns. I don't think people are going to stop developing them. People still develop nukes. There's going to be this looming threat that somebody, you know, lets Pandora's box open one day. Sure. But there is benefit nonetheless in at least a temporary period of dope sword battle. Yeah. That's all for today, Gooners. I'll see you on the interweb later. Oh yeah, and one more major point. The main point is that sword battle is better for us because it results in overall less death and less, you know, violence, but still enables us to have a way to settle stuff. So yeah, the main point is that guns, kind of like nukes, it's too bad. Swords, bad enough, but not too bad. Also, if you think about it, like guns have been normalized, but dude, since the invention of guns, war has just gotten so nasty. I mean, it's just too much death. So is it such a stretch to put guns in the category of nukes? I don't know, Gooners. Now don't get me wrong. I know that no military is going to take this seriously, but you know, I have all the good ideas. Anyway.